Hey guys, it's Leslie with Love Ink and Paper. About a minute late, sorry about that. All right, so I have a great fold that I learned from Lisa Curcio. I watched her video this morning and thought, wow, that's pretty great. And I'm trying to find trying to see if I can find where we are here. There, no, that was last week. Oh well. I was going to try and see comments, but it's not going to happen. Oh well. Anyway, let's get back to tonight. Okay, so sorry for that little distraction. Anyway, a new host code starts with 24. Let's see, how am I going to remember that? I don't know. There's the TY for thank you. Anyway, the new host code for now through most of October probably. Okay, so we'll just give you a second for that. All right, so last couple of days for our weekly deals. Okay, they end tomorrow. Last day is tomorrow, late at night. So let me know if you need anything. Okay, we can take care of that. All right, something fun coming the 4th of October. Oh, it's the next time we're live. So I will talk more about it then, but just to give you a heads up that if you have wondered what it's like to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you want to give it a try, the starter kit is they're upping the product amount by $30 for the same cost. So you get to choose $155 worth of product for the $99 starting on next Tuesday. Okay, so we'll talk more about that. And we're getting down to the wire. Well, no, another week and a half-ish to make sure that you get the October paper pumpkin, which is the season to be jolly, or ho ho ho. I'm not exactly sure which is the name. Anyway, Christmas cards. This one will be Christmas cards, so you want to make sure you get that. Okay, so I had a great time at Women's Weekend. It was fabulous. I got to hang with a lot of great people and sold some cards and some paper pumpkin kits, and it was great. All right, so I watched Lisa Curcio's video, and I said, ooh, that is a cool fold. I want to share that with everybody. So let me just show you the pieces and parts. Okay, so it takes a little bit of extra cardstock. All right, let me just, the two base pieces, so that's this one and this one, are kind of funky sizes. All right, so this one is 5.5 by 9. You know what? Let me just, I put those somewhere. I did a post, but let me just put all right, so 5.5 by 9, so you can take a screenshot of that. Oh, and it's scored at 3.25 and 7, I think it's 7.5. Hang on, I'm just checking. Yes, 7.5. Okay. All right, so there's that one. And then this other piece is, I have to get some more small Post-it notes. This one is 4 1/8. I know, I hate them too, but it's important. 10 3/4. Scored in half, okay, which is 5 3/8. I know, more eighths, but it's, again, it's important, okay? All right, so those are your two base pieces, and they can be any color you want them to be, all right, depending on what card, what designer series paper you are choosing to use or whatever, okay? So those are your two pieces, okay? All right, so I'm going to just take and put those up there. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm putting them over there. Okay, so then you need some designer series paper pieces, and we'll get to those. All right, so this, let's see, where are these going? All right, so this one is going to go on the front. Okay, and I should have my adhesive right here. This is the A Wash with Beauty, or A Wash in Beauty, or I think A Wash with Beauty is the name of this paper. Okay, so we're going to put this here. And again, you're just going to kind of line it up with the border all the way around, okay, as even as you can. Some people like to turn it sideways, whatever works, okay. Then we're going to put the pink. It looks like it has some texture. It's very nice. So we'll put this on here. And again, we're just gonna look for that border as close to even as we can, okay? All right, so that's sort of the outside that's gonna show all the time. So let me take my bone folder and give it a super duper crease. Okay, we're just gonna, because there are ways that you could help it stay closed, and those include a ribbon and whatever. I'm not really a fan of that. Okay, you could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. All right, so then we're gonna put this in here, and this one, nope. Well, we could put that in there. That's not going to hurt anything. I don't want that much blue in there, I don't think. Okay, so we're going to just do this on the inside over here. Okay, doesn't go exactly with the flowers that I chose to color, but that's okay. It's all good. Remember that if anybody ever complains about any of the handmade cards you give them, they don't get to have another one. They get the crappy cards from, you know, the dollar store or CVS or something, those 99-cent cards. Yeah, that's what they get if they're going to complain. Okay, so then this bigger piece of pink is going to go on our front. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, so this is going to go on here. Like this. Okay. Oh, and stay till the end. Don't think you should leave, because I have a really cute other version of this. Yeah, you're going to want to see that. And then I just cut a little one for the bottom, just to kind of tie that together a little bit. And I could have gone all the way, and I probably should have, but you know, it is what it is, folks. All right. So we'll just come way down here and put just a little bit of designer series paper there. All right. There we go. So I'm not sure if you can see all the sparkle in my nails. Shannon loaned me a really cool nail polish, and so I did it just the sparkle on these nails, and then I did my favorite color, Aphrodite's Pink 90, on this, on my thumbs and my ring fingers, and then put just a thin coat of the sparkle over the top. I love the way they came out. I'm so happy. All right, and I didn't even, the best part is I haven't mashed any of them while working at the studio today. Like, I haven't gouged any. I haven't. Pretty great, I'd say. All right, so then this, well, I'm going to do some stamping before I do that. Hang on. So let's take this Wishing You Everything Wonderful, and we're going to stamp that onto here. Okay. All right, and I forgot where I found this one. Oh no, Charming Sentiments or something. That's Lisa Curcio's $1 million set. So we're just going to put that up there. Like that. Okay. Then on the inside, we're going to stamp Because You Totally Deserve It. Okay. I have a feeling I know where I'm going to bring this card. There we go. All right. I'm going to need that again in a minute. All right, so that's that part, and that can go on the inside. So the reason this is just a smidge smaller is so that you can fit it between these score lines, okay, and fit it inside here, okay. So we're going to put, and if you're a liquid adhesive person, that's fine, or tear and tape or whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and use my seal like that. And then I have to stand up and oh, so Melanie, you have to change because you're in a different time zone. My friend Melanie and her husband are traveling with their trailer, and she just said that she has to check because they're in Central Time now, so she has to make sure that she's ready at 6 o'clock instead of 7. Okay. All right, so there. Okay, so now we have this part done. Okay, well, the front looks pretty pathetic. So let's stamp what's going to be on the front, okay? So I'm using Jar of Flowers. Oh, and I guess I didn't bring the whole stamp set over with me. I brought a whole bunch of pieces of it, but I didn't bring the whole thing. All right, so we have the jar, we have some stems, we have the flowers I want to use, and we have the inside of the jar. Now, this is, these two stamps can be used what I call backwards, okay? So let me, do I have some scrap paper? Here, we'll stamp on the back of the weekly deals because we're almost done with those. All right, so this stamp can stamp short, like this, okay? Or you can flip it around, okay? And put that outline close to the block, okay? And get the flat side. So if you want to add water to your jar, you're gonna ink that up, okay? And you can get, here, we'll put water in the jar, okay? And you can put water in the, you know, part way in the big jar, which is what I'm going to do, all right? I'm gonna keep that close by because I'm gonna need to do some stamping off. All right, so we're also gonna do some masking. All right, so I'm going to start with the flowers, and I'll show you why in a minute. And I had, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 3 or 4 earlier today, trying to get this to work the way I wanted it to. So I struggled with it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stamp our flowers first. Okay. All right, there we go. Then we're going to add the mask. Okay, so I just stamped that on. I should have done our masking paper and I didn't. That was silly. Anyway, I used a Post-it because it was out and what I thought of using. All right, then we're going to stamp our jar. Okay. There we go. All right, so we want the flowers to be over the top edge of the jar. Okay. All right, then we want some stems for our flowers because otherwise they're just sitting up there, which is silly. And these stems aren't long enough to reach the flowers all the way to the bottom, and it looked silly, I thought, to have floating flower stems. Like they needed to be down near the bottom. All right, so going to add the stems. All before we take away the mask. All right. All right, there we go. Now we can add the water to our jar. So I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp it off twice because once was not enough. It was still too dark and I didn't like it. So we're going to stamp this a little lighter just so that we have some water in the jar. Okay. Now we can cover this up and we can cover this up so we don't have ink everywhere. How am I doing? Oh, not too bad, a little bit. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, so now for the magic, we take the mask away and it looks like the stems are connected to the flowers and the flowers are hiding the outside edge of the jar. Okay, so we like this. These are the ones that we didn't like. All right, so first I did this one and I did it the opposite way. Okay, so I thought that this is what I wanted. So I made a mask of the jar and then stamped the flowers. So you can see the flowers went over the edge, but then when you take the mask away, it looks like you see the edge of the jar, but then see how the stems don't meet. I said, oh, this is not good. The other thing that was wrong with this is I did Pool Party for the water and decided that with the designer series paper that I was using, I didn't want Pool Party, I wanted Balmy Blue. So anyway, so yeah, but even before I figured that out, so then I did one where I did the flowers the right way, but then I did Pool Party ink and it was too dark. That was first generation, like just smack that that color right on there. I went, oh, I don't like that at all. So, and that's when I kind of decided, oh, well, I think I went back to this one and tried out the stamped off Pool Party and said, ooh, that's a better color. But then I decided Balmy Blue was best. Okay, so that you don't have to watch me color the whole thing, and so that you don't have to watch me cut this whole thing, I was really smart. And look, magic of television, or recorded video, or whatever. I colored this with our watercolor pencils and then went over it with a blender pen. Okay, so it really looks like it's watercolored, which I love. So it loses a little of that soft pencil look and gains a little of the watercolor and yeah, the watercolor look. So much better, right? This is a little, so let's see. What if, hang on. I was thinking I wanted it this way, but now I'm thinking I want a little something underneath there. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let's see. 1 sec. I think I can find a piece really quick in my scraps. Do I have one? Hang on. I do. Oh, good. All right. Do I want that? Let's just see, and then maybe I'll cut it, okay? If I do just a little bit, like it's sitting on a table, does that help? Somebody give me a yay or a nay. Somebody give me a yay or a nay. Yes on the table or no? Don't make me decide this by myself, you guys. I'm not sure if I just can't see this or if you haven't answered me. Oh, somebody says a lighter brown. Okay, well, I don't have that ready. Let's see. What do I have here? Hold on. See, I don't know if you guys have something like this. This is what happens when I finish something or I have pieces left over. So I have all these little things in my box here. But that's the only color brown. Oh, wait a minute. What if I use... It doesn't really look like a table, though. Yeah, I don't think I like that. See, I should have thought this out. I thought that was going to be good. So what I really need is crumb cake. I'll have to fix that later. I just won't attach this yet. Okay? But at least you get to see it. Okay? And I didn't put a greeting on the front, but I think with the table and stuff, I think it would be fine without. Okay? So anyway, so that's how that all worked. So I have to say that struggling with the mask was a good process, though. It was a good process. So just be cognizant of when you do a mask, remember that it's going to bring forward, okay, what's covered up. Okay, so if the jar is covered up, it's going to make it look like it's in the front. Okay, so whatever you're covering with your mask is what's going to look like it's more forward. Okay, so see, we covered the flowers and they look more forward. Here we covered the jar and now the jar looks more forward. Okay, so just be sort of thinking about that. Okay, and these are not, this is not wasted, because I will find one with pool party or something, or I'll just cut the flowers out and put it on a different jar. Anyway, that's all good. So there's all that. So are you ready for the other version? I know, I just have to like, maybe I need a glue dot. Maybe that's what, or a couple of dimensionals. And then I can slide, here, hold on. Oh, look at this. Let's put a little bow on there too. It was the last one that was kicking around on here. Okay, so let's just put a glue dot, because I can always pull that back off. That way we can just put that where we want it, which I think will be right about there. Okay, so we'll just, now it won't fall off. Okay, then I can add the, oh, you guys, I don't know if it's wide enough, but look. I have a little bit of this. So what if we pull you down? How are we doing on that? Is that better? I think I like that. Not even sponged, just a little bit of that. All right, so this needs to be 3 inches. Well, I happen to have my handy little trimmer right over here. We're going to just finish this up. I didn't think we were going to be able to. And then, see, that's the blessing of a messy table. You guys just think I'm a messy person, but really, there's a method to my madness. Okay, no, not really. I'm just a messy person, but I'm just a creative person. And so when these things happen, I get excited. All right, so let's put this under here. Hey, get out of the way. Like that. Okay. Then it kind of looks like blue wallpaper with the table. And then we are going to do this up on dimensionals, I think. I think that will look good. And we'll just cover that glue dot with a dimensional. Okay. I hope that my jumping around like that, that my creative process when these things happen doesn't like bug you. I guess there are days that it bugs me, but it's also a good thing. The stream of consciousness piece it's a good thing to know that it's okay to create that way. You don't have to have a plan and stick to it. You can have a rough idea and then change it up as necessary. Okay. Oh gosh, I love that. And I may do a little thank you or something up there, or I may just leave that. I probably will just leave it, I think. Anyway, okay, so cool way to open a card, okay? Uses a little extra cardstock, but totally worth it. Okay, so you ready to see my super fun one? Okay, so I'm all about the gnomes, but I didn't buy the set or the dies. Okay, so I didn't buy the bundle. I just bought the designer series paper. So, and this is from some kind of new, it was a carryover. It was a returning favorite last year. This particular greeting comes from, hang on. I might as well just get it and show you, right? Silly. All right, so it comes from A Christmas to Remember. Okay, most of the greetings that I used in here did. All right, so then we have, so I hand cut a house and I well, no, these are ones that Doreen Scan and Cut did for me. But anyway, Then we have more designer series paper. And now we have a pair of little friends. Now these, oh gosh, I watched a video. Okay, I was kind of, yeah. I didn't get dressed till kind of late because I was watching videos. So anyway, this die cuts these. It's the Aspen die. Hang on. All right. I know. They were actually a late celebration thing that you could get. 46. Okay, so in the holiday catalog, okay, they show the die here, but really this is what goes front and center, okay? And so if you're like, kind of like me, and you go, oh, those are, whoops, hang on. Oh, these are cute little animals, and oh, I'm not really a bird person, and keep going, you might have missed the dies. Okay, so there is a lot of times when I get the dies and not the bundle, because sometimes that's all I want. So I got the Aspen dies as a celebration item with a $100 order, and boy, am I glad I did. How awesome is that, right? And so more gnome paper behind there with the little snow, the little snowflakes there, okay? And then we open it, and another greeting from that same Christmas to remember. Love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. I love that card. I am not sure who is going to get that card as a Christmas card, but whoever does, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay. All right, so there's our offset center lift gate fold cards. Whew, that's a mouthful and a half, okay? And I know you probably want a screenshot of those. I will take pictures, I promise. I will plug in my photo box and take pictures and put them in the comments or even its very own post. All right, so thanks so much for hanging with me tonight, you guys. I'm really glad you were here, and I will see you next Tuesday, October 4th.